Hey guys, how's it going? I know you guys have been asking a lot of questions about the Death Adder. Why does it look like a Recluse? Can it be a replacement for Recluse when it's gone? And what is good about the gun? So in today's video, I'm just going to go through the breakdown of the roles that I've been farming for that I feel like are going to be crucial for me to use. So I have one for Endgame and I have one for just clearing up ads. I want to demonstrate some of that stuff here. Where does this gun come from? Here we go. I can kind of show you where the gun comes from because I have basically a infographic right here. We did the dungeon a few times and I reached out to Mr. Nearest and we figured out a way to make it work. Each encounter has something that can drop there. And as you can see here, the shifting runes, which is the second encounter, is where the submachine gun comes from. Now let me say this, if you don't have it yet, then you can't farm for it. But if you do have it, then you can actually farm for the gun itself. Now, when it comes to the roles that I'm going after, I finally got one of them. And it was basically the combo of Mulligan and Disruption Break. Why do I want that? This combo here in Endgame PvE, like in Nightfalls and stuff, it's gonna work out really well just because anti-barrier is a thing that can work on SMGs, and Mulligan also procs on the champion shields. And another cool thing is that with Disruption Break active, not only does it allow you to do 67% extra damage with your kinetic, but it also allows your fire team members to do the same thing in a short amount of time. So not only are you breaking the shield, but you get to do more damage. Is actually a very crucial thing here. When we look at Gunsmith, you kind of see what's available on this gun. When I first looked at it, I was like, man, it has no damage perks. Like, what's the point? But then I found a few different things that I can work with here. And, you know, one of them being Mulligan, Dragonfly. Now, it depends on where you're at. Even if you're on PC, if you're using controller and you feel like, hey man, I need some more stability, maybe steady rounds will be the play for you, right? Steady rounds and fluted barrel might be the play for you here. And if you end up lucky, you might even get a stability masterwork, which makes the gun more stable. But for myself, who is on mouse and keyboard, I'm probably gonna want a range masterwork or reload speed masterwork. If I end up getting something like maybe tactical mag or flare magwell with a reload masterwork, my reload goes up a little bit further, which allows me to kind of, you know, if I miss a shot here or there, I can still reload really quick to get back into the fight. For most cases, I would like a pendant mag. Why do I want a pendant mag? I want a pendant mag because it adds a little bit more. I end up at 40. Yes, I know Mulligan will add maybe +9, +15 sometimes when I'm working on this shield. I'm gonna basically demonstrate here this gun in action, but I also wanted to basically show you guys what I meant by like endgame, meaning like Grandmasters, where we're 25 levels under light. So right now I found a way to make my Titan 1055. I found some gauntlets and some old boots, so I'm exactly 25 levels under a 1080 Nightmare Hunt. All right, so now we're gonna get in here. This gentleman is going to be a red bar, and I'm also 25 levels under him. Now let's see if I can weaken him a few times here so we can get the shield going. Bad angle. If you pay attention to my screen there, I had +7 added to my ammo as I was working on that shield. That means that Mulligan procced and I was able to break the shield. Last season, SMGs, you had a team shot with SMGs in order to break these shields. And do you see what I see there? I saw the same exact thing. And if you pay attention to the numbers on my gun, you see that? I got a +6. And my grenade launcher is doing way more damage than before. Another neat thing that I want to point out here is this season we have something called Oppressive Darkness. So Oppressive Darkness also allows you to not really need Mulligan when you are working on these shields. If I put a grenade down, that means that he's taking extra damage, and when I go to break the shield, it goes down even faster. So now it's a combo of the two. So what can potentially be a tricky subject here becomes like an easy one, right? All right. So that's basically the first role that I wanted to break down on. Now, let's go back into this and see what I feel like the next thing should be. The next thing, in my opinion, once again, this is just how I feel about the game, is the Feed and Frenzy Dragonfly one. I don't know if you have checked out Feed and Frenzy lately, but Feed and Frenzy times 2 basically allows you to reload the gun pretty quick, all right? And Dragonfly will stack that. So if you kill one thing and Dragonfly procs and kills 2 things, Feed and Frenzy times 3, right? If you kill a few more things, it goes straight up to 5. And this is basically gonna be an ad clear machine, and I kind of like it with appended, but like I said, if you're using controller, you're gonna want to go for steady rounds, you're gonna want to go for fluted barrel. Hammer Forge is a great option as well if you kind of want to mess around with it. You do not need flare magwell. If you're on PC, then maybe you want Accurize with Hammer Forge. You know, you don't need a reload speed masterwork anymore. Maybe range, maybe stability. If you're on controller, then you want the stability. And the thing about the Dragonfly is that it is very forgiving. So unfortunately, I did not get the perfect roll that I wanted here, right? I'm going to show you guys just how great Dragonfly actually works. It is very forgiving. It is one of those things that just kind of like, it surprised me that Dragonfly on SMG worked out. I did put on Taken Spec because I'm going against Taken enemies. I mean, you're probably going to put on minus spec or Taken Spec or whatever enemy you're fighting, right? In this instance, I'm going to do a demonstration against Taken, so I kind of want to just get an extra damage. But I don't have the perfect roll. I don't have the Feed and Frenzy roll. But if I did have the Feed and Frenzy roll, you can see this gun actually at full potential. And as you can see there, I barely even hit that Taken enemy in the crit. It was almost like a body shot. Yet Dragonfly still procced. Did you guys see that? Like in slow motion, that is actually pretty wild. Look at that. So this gun can actually be a really nice ad clear machine, especially just if you're running around, you're doing your patrols, even endgame. I don't know how well it's gonna do in endgame, but I do know that like any other activity in the game, if you just want to run around, anything at light, you're going to be shredding through anything. And this role, I feel like, is another just must have. If you love the Recluse, you're going to love this role. Why are you going to love this role? Because the reload is still going to be there. The, Dragonfly helping you out, killing multiple targets at the same time is an extra thing now. You don't have to worry about having extra damage because Dragonfly is going to help you work on extra ads. But yeah. These 2 roles are the roles that I am going after. All right. I got one so far. And the one that I got so far is, the Mulligan Disruption Break one. The next thing is I'm still going to be farming for is the Feed and Frenzy Dragonfly one. So you guys asked what I thought about this gun, what my opinion is. There you go. Also, someone might ask about the shader that I'm using. I'm using the Envious Touch shader. It is one of the new shaders that came in. It looks cool on the gun. I don't know. I like the way it looks. Thank you once again for coming in, for supporting the cause, for being part of my community, for asking questions. You guys are freaking awesome. And I'll see you guys on the next video. Thank you. It's an extra thing now. You don't have to worry. Heard about this gun.